Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors, America's only daily outdoor TV show. Your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. I'm glad to hear this morning. We got a great show lined up, some phone interviews coming up, some great pictures to show you. But first, let's get started with our weather, brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin and Highway 77. Folks, we do have some rain coming. All the meteorologists have promised us some rain, so sometime this week we are going to get some rain, thankfully. Our high today is going to be 85 and low 75. And the water temperature, I got excited because I saw 83, but I looked at it real close. It's 83.8, so it's about 84 degrees, what it has been for 2 weeks, but it's about to start going down. I can promise you we're going to start our fall migration period pretty soon, within the next week or two, and we'll be talking about that later on in the shows. Our river readings brought to us by Mountain Dew. Take it outside with Mountain Dew. Now we've really splurged up. The Apalachicola of Blountstown is going all the way up from a 0.8. It's at a 1.0 now, so y'all be careful out there. And I have heard a lot of reports about some accidents with people running into stumps and all, so do be careful. Choctaw Caryville a 0.3. So keep that in mind. I'm going to show you a picture later on of the gauge down at Blountstown and how low it is. It's just fascinating. Our tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn right here on 23rd Street. Low this morning at 7:06, and then it's coming in all day until tonight at 10:21. Today's tides are good, but look at the rest of the week. Really, really strong tides. Now, these next 4 or 5 days could be excellent tidal fishing. Fishing incoming or outgoing. Some fish will be caught. Marine forecast will come out of the south at about 13, pretty strong today out of the south, and we're just going to bring the rain in. Let's go and add a name to our jar, John Walters. Okay, throw in there. If you sent me a name and haven't heard it, send it back to me, so be sure to get it in there. We're going to take a break and be right back with Captain Kim and Carabel. Okay, welcome back, folks. We're on live on air now with Seacoast Marine Captain Kim down there, and I'd like to check with them on a regular basis because there's so much goes on down there, and I want to encourage you to not only listen to this, but participate. Captain Kim, good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chester. What a great weekend we had.
Well, tell us all about it. I want to hear about what's going on down there.
Well, it was a little sporty first thing Saturday morning, with that full moon coming, and a little bit breezy from the east, but it didn't stop anybody. It was cars and trailers and boats and all kinds of fishermen ready to go. So they all did good, limited out. We're back pretty much right after lunch. So the bite was good, and northern mackerel was working, Spanish sardines. They were trolling stretch 20s, 5s for grouper. So everybody did good with the grouper, too.
Oh, you have snapper and grouper coming in, right?
Right.
Listen, I know it was a little windy. I thought about that, but I guess all those South Georgia boys came down too, didn't they?
Oh, sure enough, they don't care.
I get a kick out of it, and I know some of the Tallahassee people came, and also with I got some pictures. I'm gonna show them later on. Some of them some really good sized snapper.
Oh, yeah, real pretty fish all came in this weekend. Of course, Sunday was a little bit calmer, and with the holiday weekend, it turned out to be pretty good on Sunday. So it was a gorgeous weekend, and everybody caught fish. And, my gosh, we must have sold 2,000 crickets. So they're still doing the river fishing, so everything's been real good.
Well, that was my next question. How has the freshwater fishing been strong? Huh?
Oh, it's been great. Shell crackers, 2-pound shell crackers. I'm getting. The brim have been real good size. Been real good. I mean, we've got plenty of worms and crickets, and everybody comes in and gets like the little beetle spins and what have you. So they've been really going at it.
I'm glad you brought up that beetle spin. That's just been real popular for so long. Are y'all using it down there a good bit?
Oh yeah. That and the wardens, the rooster tails. We've been real happy with those.
That's cool. Well, all right. Yeah. I know you're busy this morning, got everything going on. We just want to touch base with you. We appreciate that report, Captain Kim.
I appreciate you too, Mr. Chester. You have a great week and happy holiday.
All right. We'll see you later. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Got a good report there. She sent some pictures. I'll get the picture out a little bit later. I wanted One thing I want to do to see, we got a. Speaking of pictures, we got a bunch of
other microphone and use it.
We got a bunch of pictures. See this one here?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on a minute, we got technical. All right. That work right there, Jeff?
Yeah.
All right. We've got some pictures, really good pictures, and a bunch of them. We didn't get to show them yesterday because of the video. Hope you enjoyed that video yesterday. We did have a good trip, and I want to thank Michael Harris for setting all that up. But let's get started. We'll get started on these pictures, and let me see where we're going to start at. Okay, here we go. Let's start off with a little announcement here. Over in Bristol, catfish tournament coming up October 25th, Friday and a Saturday, a 2-day catfish tournament. And it's a Hosford 8th grade trip tournament. And that money goes to the Hosford school, so it pays for their field trip. Now, isn't that a great cause? It's a flathead catfish tournament. First place is $2,000. Second place, $600, and third, $400. And we have door prizes, raffles for a Yeti cooler. Really good. So this is something you really want to look into. Those catfish tournaments, that's cool. All right. Hope to maybe get over that way. Now listen, this is right below Bluntstown. You know, we'll give you these river readings. And what's fascinating, folks, this is right, it's on River Road in Bluntstown. But you see when I say point 3 and point 2, that's right there, that is a point 2. That is Apalachicola River, Bluntstown. That's where your reading comes from on a regular basis. Look how shallow it is. So I just want to show you the meter it comes from. And I just blew it up a little bit. Okay. I'm going to talk about this picture later. This is my deer stand, and it's got a funny story behind it. I just want to tell you that fell down 4 times on me, and I just laughed. But Gail had me this past weekend, and I sort of got it up. But it's a work in progress. But I've had an interruption. I'm going to explain this to you later. But remember this picture when I'm talking about it later, okay? And I did make it down to this. This is on my granddaddy's property, and that's a little creek down there. That creek is low. See how? It's usually up there on the side, but this creek goes into the Telogia, which goes into Ocklackney. Ocklackney goes into Ocklackney Bay, which goes into the Gulf of Mexico. That water actually ends up in the Gulf of Mexico. So that's beautiful water. I'm going to test it pretty soon. This is the Choctawhatchee. Larry Brown sent this to me. Another picture from the Choctawhatchee, how low it is. Okay? Now, let me mention this. Brian Revere. Brian's been on the show before. He's a principal at Vernon High School. He was in my very first outdoor ed class, and Brian just does a great job as a man and a dad and a husband and a principal. I just think the world of Brian. But anyway, he's got the FWC. They don't have outdoor ed at Vernon, but they have a ag class, FFA, and that kind of stuff. So he put the hunter safety class in it and has some FWC guys and the sheriff's office guys come out and teach hunter safety to the kids at Vernon High School. So great job, Brian Revere and the staff at Vernon High School. And you can see the pictures right here. They didn't do this on campus now. They took a field trip to the shooting range over there in Washington County. And there's some clay shooting right there, okay? So that's good there. Let's go ahead and take our break, and we'll be right back. Okay, welcome back. Let me go ahead and explain to you on the deer blind what I'm thinking about it, because I'll forget it. All that lumber I've been saving when Hurricane Michael hit, had a big old pole barn, and of course it destroyed it. But all the lumber up underneath it, those 2x6s like 10 and 12 feet long, we sort of salvaged them. I'm a salvager from way back, so we saved all that lumber. So I'm thinking in the back of my mind, that's going when I build my new deer blind and all that lumber will come in handy. So I've been saving, had a tarp over it, and I got a stack this high of 2x6s, all different sizes. And you saw those were 6x6s on my stand. So now I'm getting ready to put my 2x6s up, and everything just rolling. And I sort of picked them up the other day. I got one from the bottom, it had termites in it. I said, wait a minute, that's termites. And folks, here's what's going on. I checked that lumber. I thought all lumber is pressure treated now. I didn't even think they made, for outside stuff. Well, the pole barn lumber, and I checked with Steve Smith, who works in the summertime with James McConnell at Tool Time. Steve, I saw him at church Sunday morning. I said, Steve, is that not pressure treated? He said, no, sir. He said that if you pressure treat that lumber, then the chemical has a reaction to that metal and it destroys the metal. I remember I'd heard that a while back, forgotten. So I got plenty of 2x6s I can't use. I got a whole stack of them. So anybody wanting free 2x6s, they're probably 10 years old, but they're in good shape and all. But you're welcome to come get them before I do something with them. Okay, so that's the story. I'm having a time with my tree blind. Let's go down to Howard Creek. Got a comment from John Nagy at Howard Creek. Here it is. Spotted a beautiful panther crossing Doc Whitfield this side of the work camp. Y'all know exactly where that is now. If there's any panthers here, that's going to be the area, and I cannot help but to believe that we don't have some Florida panthers in this area. I've just heard it over and over again, and my heart says we do. Now the science part of my brain, which is not very big, says we probably don't have them, but my heart says we've got some panthers up here. I just want to believe that, and I keep hearing this. Okay, listen, this is Randy Sonota sent this picture. Folks, this is a 58.5-pound king mackerel. This is going to win any tournament in on the Gulf Coast in the southeast. This was caught this weekend, 58.5 pound. I can't wait to send this picture to Tony Bass and Wendy Colson up there in Valdosta. That is a huge, what that tells me, that sort of signifies the beginning, just the very beginning of our fall run, when those big smoker kings start coming back through. That's the first one that's been caught to my knowledge. And that is a fine one. You just don't see that every day. All the tournaments, usually it's a 40-something pounder that wins it. And speaking of, here's Sonny and Angela Lovett. Sonny's taking a picture and Angela doing all the work. Throwing that cast net. The mullet are in, folks. Look at that. Look at all those mullet right there. And you can see that she's obviously in our, look at the trees behind her. She's in a local area here. And good job, Angela Lovett, outdoor girl there. And the mullet, I'm hearing over and over again some great reports on the mullet. Billy Hornsby said it's too rough to go offshore, but here he is at a DuPont Bridge catching redfish. Now, we talk a lot about the Hathaway Bridge, but the DuPont Bridge over by Tyndall, same thing, folks. The redfish are over there in large numbers and large sizes. So whatever I say about the Hathaway Bridge, you can ditto it for the DuPont Bridge. A lot of redfish there, but now what Billy is a good fisherman. What he mentioned, he saw a bunch of tarpon. There's a lot of tarpon out there, and still, it's been a really good year on tarpon. Okay, good job, Billy. Jimmy Branch, the Branch family, you may not can see this. I'm gonna read what he said. Jimmy's family started a tally ho many, many years ago. They've been here a long, long time, Jimmy, the Branch family. Okay, we've only seen one other manatee at our dock in 45 years. This year, a pod of 12 plus spent several days around us. It gets so cold here, they don't stay long before they head south. Well, I don't know how well you can see the manatees, but in 45 years, that's the most he's ever had. That's interesting. All right, so some people send me their workout. They're doing crunches twice a day now. I'm doing captain in the morning and that's in the afternoon. All right. Don't forget, Friday, and I'm going to be there with my camera, and I may have my gun with me if I can get on a good team to shoot. If we think we can win the Sporting Clays event, we've had them on the show. It's going to be the shooting range, 8 o'clock registration, 8:30 will be the safety briefing, at 9 o'clock the tournament begins, at 12 o'clock a big old good lunch at $100 per shooter. And if you need some sponsorship, something, let me know, and we can help you out on that second annual Sporting Clays tournament. Okay. At the Bay County Shooting Range. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna interview the best shooter. I'm gonna interview the worst shooter. So I don't know, I don't know which category you may fall in. I just had Captain Kim on the phone, and this is a picture she sent. Now look at those red snapper coming out of Carabel. And the thing about it, he got some grouper too. Okay, look, that's some good size red snapper. That's a happy group right there. All right. Okay, we've got all kinds. I'm gonna read this. I'm gonna come back to this later. Okay, let's see. Ribbon cut. We got that coming up. Walton County. I won't read this whole thing, but October 23rd, next Wednesday, they're having a ribbon cutting ceremony for the new park over there in Walton County on the north end of the 331 bridge. It's going to be a big day. It's going to start around 10 o'clock. The county commissioners and all the politicians will be there. They reworked it and all. and we'll try to get some good pictures. But that park is really going to be nice over there. They've got all kind of amenities there. They got a place where you can clean your fish and wash them down, and it's really boat trailer park and all kind of stuff. Okay, here's the Danny and Renee coming in from Carabel. This is a husband and wife. Look at that team right there. Is that not some really nice red snapper? Good job. Okay. And now our very own Jeff Peck and his son Dominic, they took off for the weekend and the family and went up there to North Georgia. Is that not a framer right there? Fly fishing and spin fishing up there in the, what was the name of the river?
Toccoa River.
The Toccoa River up there, Blue Ridge area of North Georgia. And there's Dominic right here. That looks like a scene from the movie A River Runs Through It. That's just beautiful country up there. Jeff said they had a good time. I don't know if we're going to let them have off any more time or not, but that's a good job there. Okay, let's go ahead and take our break. We've got a few more pictures and we'll wrap it up. All right, welcome back, folks. We're glad you're with us this morning. Our fish and game forecast today, we're looking at our time brought to us by Blue Water Outriggers out of Port St. Joe. We're looking at 1:35 to 3:35 this morning and 1:57 to 3:57 this afternoon. So really, we've got some good fishing coming up. Let's look at, one thing I want you to look at is the snapper report from the weekend for the last 3 days, or actually 2 days. You couldn't fish on Monday, but the first weekend of 3 weekends, I heard over and over again and saw pictures. It was a really great weekend. It was a little bumpy on Sunday, but Saturday was excellent. And we had up here it was just opposite down in Carabel because of the wind direction. So the snapper report is excellent there. Also, let's jump over to Cypress boat paddles. I had some names and all. I've lost the number of the guy in Weewall. So if y'all give me that number, I had a guy that his dad is 82 years old and he wants one more Cypress boat paddle. So y'all help me out on that and give me the number of the fellow over there in Weewall that makes the boat paddles and also the Cypress swings, and we're going to give him some business. So please give me that number. Same way on well, I ought to answer that. That's Bill Allen, and Bill Allen's been up to the mountains fly fishing too. Okay, now reloading. Reloading ammunition and all. I don't know how many of y'all are still doing that. Scott Lindsay and I were talking the other day. It's interesting. Used to be a lot of outdoorsmen who reload their own shells and all. If you're still doing that, touch base with me. I'd like to maybe get you on the show or something and talk about it or interview you. And because it's a fascinating situation, we go in and do that, and a lot of folks don't do it anymore. Okay. Also, she mentioned crickets. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can call Bill Allen back. Okay. I'm gonna have him on air. Okay, hold on a minute. Can we do this, Jeff?
Sure.
You think this phone right here works?
I'm not sure which microphone.
Okay.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy, I got you on air now. Okay, hold on a minute. Are you doing okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I want you. Hold on a minute. This is our very own Bill Allen giving us a report on what he did. Tell us about your trip this past weekend, Bill.
Oh, man, I didn't expect this. We had a fantastic weekend. The weather was beautiful up in the mountains, and I took my 16-year-old grandson for the first time, and he taught him to fly fish and wade those creeks. He caught his first trout. He caught a 13-inch brown trout.
Woo.
And then he caught a few small rainbows. My brother-in-law, Cliff, and his son was there. Neither of my sons could go, but we just had a wonderful time. God blessed us with some fabulous weather up there, and as always, we ate really big.
That was my next question. Now, tell us the menu you guys had, because I know I've been over there with y'all before, and we did not go hungry. So what y'all have to eat?
Well, Thursday night, one of my clients and good friends is in Louisiana, and when he comes over here, there's a small processing plant in his, or business in his town, and he brings me this duck and andouille gumbo.
Mm-hmm.
And that is the best stuff in the world. We had that with rice and got really full, but then Cliff, my brother-in-law from Athens, brings down those massive 2.5-inch thick pork chops that we grill.
I remember those.
Yeah, and the way he does it with the marinating things, they're just incredible, not tough at all.
Mm-hmm.
And then I took some of those precious scallops that I pried out of Donna's hands, and we Saturday night I cooked trout. We had scallops. Cliff made a couple of vegetable things, and of course the boys, my grandson and Cliff's grandson, cut up the fries. We call them river fries for me to fry those. So I had a lot of things going on, but boy, we had a wonderful time.
Well, that's great. You called it at the right time. I've been wanting to get a report from you, and last night I figured you were too tired. So listen, I'm gonna try to go next time. Maybe I can slow down my schedule, and we'll try to get together and go with y'all again.
Right.
All right. And I'm gonna call.
We're already planning a spring trip.
What time in the spring? What day? What month?
Yeah, well, it's a little early now.
I got to go and put it on my calendar. All right.
I need to get a hold of that camera because I'm leaving tomorrow night, headed to Tampa.
Okay, I'll call you right back after the show.
See you, man.
All right, buddy. All right, we're getting all kind of reports from our field correspondents, Captain Kim in Carabel, Bill Allen up in the mountains, Jeff Peck up in the mountains. So you can see the Panhandle Outdoors crew is all around. So I've got some more pictures to show you. I've run out of time. I've got a picture of Dominic holding up a fish, and we'll get that we'll get that tomorrow. I promise. We got some guests coming on tomorrow, and we're going to talk about some cool stuff with the cameras and all, and get a first-hand report on actually how the cameras were working in the woods. And I don't know about you, but this weather, we're going to get a little bit of coolness, and you start thinking about going in the woods this time of year. But do not forget the fishing. The fall run now is getting ready to start. We're going to talk about it in detail on, say, Wednesday or Thursday of this week. We're going to talk about it in detail about our fall run. Okay, we got to wrap it up. We're running out of time, and we need an hour-long show today. Thank y'all for watching Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate the viewership. Do something good for your fellow man today, and God bless.
Thanks for watching America's only daily outdoor TV show, Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester, featuring hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.